Good morning. Today is the 30th of May, 2022. The time is 8:31 a.m. Okay, this morning I was awakened at 5:31. And the way Franchild Pearson read it, can you take the 5 and the 1 is 6. Then the 3, that make 3 sixes. So this is the time that they be waking me up. This is how he calculates 666. And this is how they wakes me up. But the time is saying 666. Not all the time, but most of the time is saying 666. So this morning when I woke up to this being raped, this is how I feel, like I'm being raped. And this energy in my chest, around my heart, shaking. But before I went to bed, I had took something to cleanse me. I had been drinking this tea for about 2 days, and it hadn't really worked me, so I took some pills. So by the time I woke up, it was working slightly. I know y'all might say there's too much information, but you have to get this stuff out of your body because it's some type of energy and it feels like it's alive inside your body. At least that's how it feels to me, like something living in me. That's why I be trying to get it out of me. And I don't want to get mixed up because sometimes I do get mixed up with how things be working out. So I came in here and used the bathroom. I think I wanted to pray. I can't remember if I prayed at that time or not. I think I came over here by my bed to pray. I don't think I prayed at that time. I was so sleepy and heavy. I just have this heaviness on me. So I went back and laid down on the chair that I was sleeping on. Because I don't be sleeping in my bedroom. Because there's a big window in here. And that energy comes right in here. Off these people's cars and their porches. And when I laid down, I could feel whatever it was, felt like it was big. This big rumbling. Like that energy that beat on the walls. It was a rumbling coming out from under the house. Coming up, I could feel it coming up towards the chair I was sitting in. So I hurried up and got up. And I came back in here in my bedroom. I just felt weak. And I got my Bible. And I started reading Genesis 27 because I think that's what I'm on now. To read Nate's Genesis 27. So I began reading Genesis. I didn't even finish it. I was just so sleepy and tired. I just felt, this it's draining me. You can look at my face, look at my skin, and see that these people is draining my energy. They aging me. I got age on me, but I took care of myself. But they are aging my skin and they making me gain weight for some reason. There's a reason why they putting this weight on me. And my stomach It's just getting bigger and bigger. You know, I could smell my skin cooking. I'm still smelling it. It's in my head. Um, because what this stuff that's going in my body is, it got a heat to this energy, has a heat to it. And I'm not understanding exactly what's happening, but I know that it's an energy, and the energy is through this whole entire house. But someone is sending it to enter inside my body. And it's coming from under the ground. That's why I wanted to get the pictures to see what was up under the house. But the boy that went up under there, he didn't know to look, because I didn't talk to him. I had someone else to talk to him, but they didn't tell him all I wanted to tell him. To look for some kind of opening under the ground that's going to that house next door, because I do believe they have something connected over there to this house. I actually think it's coming from different directions. And I wished I knew somebody that could tell me something about the lines that's under the ground that's coming to this house. Because there's something about those lines. It's in the backyard and in the front yard. There's one line that's coming from down the street, and then it curves over here. And then there's a line coming from over there across the street, and it meets that line, and you can see it. Sometimes it looks like it's pointing at the back door, and then sometimes it's pointing at my bedroom. Then there's two different lines in the backyard, one coming from where that food truck is at, up to our deck. And then there's another line that's coming from behind the houses behind us to my sister's room. So I don't know what this stuff is. I don't know if this was causing the heat. And these people able to control it. I don't know. I know this one lady that used to talk to me on my other channel. She used to ask me, do I be seeing, what did she call it? The thing that you can point a laser. At that time, I had different cameras. Now, I seen rays, like colorful rays, like green and purple, coming from the sky, pointed down to our yard. But I didn't see what I'm seeing now that's under the ground, those lasers under the ground. I actually have seen certain things. I did see something one time in our backyard, but it wasn't a laser. That's why I hated those cameras. It wasn't the camera that went out, it was the base. I don't even know if it went out. I think they just wanted to make more money. All of them. My base stopped working. But I had brought like 3 sets of those cameras. I spent a lot of money on those cameras for the base to just run out like that. So they just make, what they do is make new stuff for you to have to buy new stuff. Well, those cameras were easy to hack though. Because people, they were giving out codes to these people to put the codes in their phones, and cameras wasn't video on. Because they picked up a lot of stuff. And I could take them and point them up to the sky. And it would video what was going on in the sky. Well, see, the ones I got now are like stationary. But I got them pointed, in our yards to keep our yards protected. But it's not protected because we actually being attacked inside the house, because it's coming up from under the ground, up under the house, up through the floors, where there are no vents. It's coming in where there's no vents. Through the whole entire floor, through the whole entire house. And it's cooking me from the inside out. Because I could smell it. I could smell the heat cooking my skin. And I'm feeling it in my head. They trying to do me like they've done my sister. She used to have headaches all the time. She was always taking something for headaches. And she was always telling me she hear wind in her head. But it wasn't wind. It was technology. I've only known her to have one surgery. And she was bleeding. She actually was hemorrhaging. And well, no, it wasn't hemorrhage. It was her menstruation. It wouldn't go off. She had been bleeding for a long time. And I talked into going to the doctor in Pembroke, North Carolina. So when we took her to the clinic in Pembroke, he touched her finger like this here, and there was no color there. See how mine is pink, her was white. So they sent her straight to the hospital. I think that's then when they chipped her. I think they chipped her then. And she just got to where she was. She would say the same thing over and over. She just kept asking the same questions over and over. She just kept doing it. And then people noticing, something ain't right. Because she would just say the same thing over and over. I didn't mistreat her because I knew something wasn't right. I just, when she asked me the same thing over and over, I just answered over and over. Because some people get mad with you and want to holler at you and stuff. But I never did. When she would tell me she could see us in her house when we not there. She see my dead sister in her house when we not there. She saw people coming through her walls. And that was the military. Because the house, my house, she lived there first. She stayed there for 2 years after her son died. And there was military people in the house. They still military people, but then there was a group of different people, not married couple. When I moved there was a couple, married couple there with 2 children, 2 little girls, and then after they moved out, another married couple moved in. But I pretty much started just being at my sister's house because they were hitting me with something. Well, I had surgery, and the doctor sent me home hemorrhaging, and I developed an abscess in my stomach, and that's where they kept hitting me, where the abscess was. I don't know how they were hitting me, but it was coming from afar. So I don't know if it was one of those towers or what. I would always hear a loud noise. It could have been one of them flying saucers hitting me. I don't know. All I know is that before I got hit, I would hear a loud noise. But I saw the people in the first neighborhood we stayed in. I saw where these people would do the hand like that, and stuff would start flying, hitting you. But they would stomp their feet or either by slam the door to their truck or car. And they do like that. And like a bunch of bugs or something come start hitting you, hit your house. You can actually see it like the siding you can see the dent in the siding. There was like a milk carton or something. You could see the dent in the milk carton. But it would hit me in my body. I walked to our mailbox, and this old man that would always be over to the man that was always messing with me. He came out of their house, and when he got to his car, I actually saw him. He did his hand like that, and something flew by me and hit my daughter's car. Every time one of my daughter's cars got hit with this stuff, it messed up. They had to get new cars. Two of my daughters had to get new cars because both of their cars got hit. That old man hit my oldest daughter's car. That sheriff that attacked me, his cousin, hit my youngest daughter's car. And both their cars messed up, stopped working. They had to buy new cars. A lot of people think that they're not other things here, but they are. They been here. They been here a long time. Cause I looked at this preacher. He dead now. I don't even know his name. But I looked at one of his videos, and he was talking about the different, not just one group, but different groups of entities that's here from somewhere else. I do remember him saying there was one group that's they white, Caucasian, whatever you want to call them, blonde hair, the type with the blonde hair, but they spoke with an accent. These people, Caucasian, blonde hair, and spoke with an accent. I do believe they different types of people or entities, whatever you want to call them, from different places that are here from other places. I believe our countries, not just the United States, but our countries are being ran by entities from other places. And they know who each other are. But right now I'm burning. I am burning inside my stomach. I can feel the heat. And around my head I can feel the heat. And this is what these people have been burning me. When I came in here and prayed today and read my Bible, I was going to read just what I wanted to read, my prayer book I've had for years. It's tearing apart though. The pages are tearing out of it. But when I was teaching the kids in my neighborhood the Bible, which I had raised money and got a case of Bibles. There was 20-something Bibles in the case. And I had 20-something children that I was teaching the Bible to out of my apartment. And I got a case of these here prayer books. And each child had their own Bible. Each child had their own prayer book. And the church I was attending, I got another case and gave it out at the church. And gave this to the people at church. So I kept me one. But my pages are beginning to tear out. And I wanted to start doing videos reading the prayers out of this book. That's what I meant to do last night. But These people makes me extremely sleepy, and they doing it on purpose. You know, they keeping me sleepy through the day. They just keeps me sleepy. It's something that's coming in this house. It's coming up through the floors, along with whatever else this is. It's like they got something mixed up, and they keep my sister too. They making her sleep. She can't hardly wake up. I'm trying to feed her. She still like she sleep, but she eating. But see, I don't sleep in the daytime. I never been a sleeper that sleeps in the daytime. I've never liked to sleep in the daytime. Now I can't hardly stay woke because it's coming up through the floor. Because that's how they take advantage of you and getting your brain wave and stuff. This is what they want, our brain wave. They mapping us. They need us to live. For them, in order for them to survive, they need us. And I just saw Franchise Pearson. I haven't looked at his video yet, but he asking the question, should a man give birth? I told y'all that's what they were gonna do. When I saw Boy Simpson and the man was either he was pregnant, it was something about pregnancy. I said then, and the revelation that I had got is that they're gonna get rid of women. They're already doing that. Especially women of color, black women, mostly black women. They been doing it. Even before I saw that Box Simpson. They was already getting rid of us. Because they're going to use our uterus to put into the transgenders. That's why they pushing this transgender so. They doing everything they can to come against God. That's what this one world order is all about. Coming against God. Satan hate God so much that he just want to totally, utterly come against God. To the point where he want men to have children. To the point where men, when they want you to call them a woman, because that's in their mind that they are women. And then they want to get mad with you if you don't call them a woman. They want to fight you or disown you because they consider themselves a woman, because you got these presidents and these people in the government passing the laws. But I don't care how many laws that they pass. I'm not going to call someone that was born a man a woman. I don't care if they get titties way out the here. They get their whacker wiped off and get a vagina. I'm still not going to call them no woman because they're a man. But when they stand before God, how they were born with the same gender that they were born with, that's the same gender they're going to have when they stand before God, because God going to call them as a man. And he going to say, get from before me, you work of iniquity. And then you be cast in the hell into the lake of fire. So if you think you being a woman is worth your soul salvation, that's on you. But I'm not going to hell for you. I'm not going to hell for you. And that's just that. Because those who be in agreement with that is just as guilty as you. So they can beat me up all they want to, but they're not getting ready to change my mind. If I go to hell, it's because of something that I did. My own sins. And I'm trying not to sin. I'm trying real hard not to sin. And I hope that all the sins that I have already done, that I have repented of them. And that God has forgiven me and washed me in the blood of Jesus the Christ of Nazareth. I'm not gonna let somebody bully me into calling them something that they're not. I don't care how pretty you look when you put on your makeup, put on your wigs, let your body get shaped like a woman. You know, how big your butt is. I don't care nothing about that. If you were born a man, you're gonna die a man. If you were born a woman, you're gonna die a woman. No matter how many surgeries that man give you, God gave you your surgery when you were born. And now they like trying to make it with I mean, they really want to destroy children. And you idiots going right along with it. Y'all some stupid. Y'all is really stupid. You don't see what the devil is doing? He wants your children to go to hell. And y'all going right along with those are spirits in those children. They need deliverance. And if you can't find a deliverance preacher, learn how to do it yourself. Call that devil out of them. They can be cast out. Some of them allow a fight to come out, but you just keep calling them out. That's what they're putting in me. But I call them jokers out. I'm not keeping those spirits in me. Energy, whatever they is putting in me, it's got to come out. Until I can find someone who knows deliverance and who's willing to help me, because what I'm seeing is a lot of these people, they don't want to help me because they're being contacted by these devils. Whoever I start following, they'll contact them. And that make me not believe in a lot of these people, because I feel like if I'm trying to tell you what's happening and you hearing from God, I feel like God will tell you that what I'm saying is the truth. If you truly hearing from God. So I'm just wondering if people hearing from their own self, their own conscience. Because they're different voices that we hear. We hear the voice of God. We hear the voice of Satan. And we hear our own voices. We have a voice of logics. A voice of logics. Our own conscience. And I'm trying to say this word. Reasoning. Okay. But we got three voices that coming from us. Then you hear God, a God messenger, and you hear the devil, or the devil messenger. But three of the voices is our own voice. So we got to make sure that we not, because you got some people that they hear God all day long. You don't hear nothing. They will talk, well, God said this, God said this. Every time you see them, God is saying something. But they telling lies. If they hear from God as much as they hear from God, they shouldn't be going through the trouble that they go through. Because they're hearing their own conscience and saying that God said, I need to clean this head because this is full of lint. Because I keep it on my head all the time, sleeps with it on. Because they're using my hair as an antenna along with my spine. They'll tighten my hair. Ooh, excuse me. They'll tighten my head. I got to shampoo it. They'll tighten my hair and have it just dry. They be just don't even feel like hair, just like they doing my skin. They keep my skin, and I be putting on body butter, but my soaps are moisturizing. But this stuff is really doing stuff to my neck. I wake up, my neck be puffed. They be puffed because it's energy. It seems like it lands right here in my throat. And I could just open my mouth and that heat could just come out of my mouth. I tried to trick it last night though. When I heard it, I could hear it. It was just rumbling. And I jumped up out that chair and came in here. But I could still feel, I don't know if it was just my body still vibrating or if it followed me in here. But I didn't feel a lot of rumbling. I could feel some vibration though. Because I got on my total gym. I got my total gym right here by my bed. And this is where I get to pray. But they held me so, it's like they drugging me or something. I don't know what's going on. But y'all, please pray for the children. God told me years ago to pray for the kids, for me to get Holy Ghost filled women. We do it once a month. And I couldn't get nobody. I wasn't important enough for these women. They said they were too busy. And I was telling them what that God said, for us to pray for the children. I got one lady to come one time. And me and her prayed like there was a lot of people in that room. And she only came that one time. There for an hour. I only needed her for an hour. We're going to pray once a month for 1 hour. And these people would not do it for the children. But I bet if I was some famous, I was Juanita Bynum or somebody that they thought something of, I'd have had a house full of people. So what I did, I saw this one lady. She was on crack cocaine. She came. One said she came, one said it. Me and her prayed too. So after that, she didn't come back. It was me and the kids. And we did it for a long time. Me and the children. We had Bible study, and we had 1 day for Bible study, 1 day for prayer. And I would reward them. I would never tell them when we were going to have a pizza party. But I would buy a bunch of pizzas and treat them. Because I appreciate them coming. When you could get children. I had like 20-something children. When you can get children to come to prayer and Bible study. Oh, boy. That almost made me cry. I felt that all up in here. When you can get children to come to prayer and Bible study. And I taught them straight from the Bible. And then you had grown people who didn't approve of me trying to cause problems. Even in the church. Trying to cause problems. And the parents. But I made sure every one of them children had a Bible and they had a prayer book. And we did it up till I moved. Sometimes I kind of hate I moved. Because I don't know what, those children would have still been having Bible study. Then I moved over where there was a bunch of witches. To tell you the truth, they was right there on the corner where I moved to was witches. And then I ended up moving right in front of them. That's when I found out they was witches. I knew they was witches somewhere because I was reading. I don't know if I was reading the Bible. I must have been reading the Bible. And I was sitting with one of my legs propped up under me and the other one was on the floor. My tippy toe was on the floor. And I caught a pain. And I looked down, there was this great big spider. Black spider. Up against my leg and it just disappeared. But I didn't know if the thing went in me or just just disappeared. But someone sent that and I knew that was witchcraft. Well, that woman I was hooked on to, she was like the pure devil. Pure devil. I stayed beside her for a year. From the time I moved, the day I moved in there, she started giving me problems until I left. And then when I moved right in front of them witches and moved right in front of a little gay boy who called himself a preacher. He over there having all that sex with them boys. I just been going through chaos after chaos after chaos. And a lot of it came from the church. What make it so bad? That's who really started really attacking me. Where I see I'm under attack. Before I was under attack, but I didn't know I was under attack. These people calling themselves evangelists and prophets, nothing but psychics and witches. They don't care what kind of power they go after, as long as it's power. Well, I reckon I need to get off of here. I done talked about what I want to talk about, how these people was attacking me. I mean, actually burning me, because I could smell my flesh burning on it, my internal self burning. It don't smell burnt, cook, put it like that. I could smell me cooking. That was a weird feeling that whatever it is, I could tell it was big. It was, I mean, the way it was sounding and feeling. It's like I could feel it so good till I could hear it. And I knew it was something large. A big pile of energy coming after me. And I got up. I got the anointing oil, and I anointed those chairs. I anointed this bed. I even anointed the floor. So when I did come in here, lay back down, I was praying. I guess I fell asleep. I woke up in pain. Because it was cooking my brain. So the energy evidently did follow me in here. But they put me to sleep so I couldn't feel it. Not until I woke up. Well, I am going to close out right now. I like looking at my own eyes. I can see that's probably the white of the monitor. But there is something in my eyes. I do know that. Because I used to have a monitor that I would put to my back of my head. It would go off. If it go all the way, if it go reach to the end, there's showing there's something there. And it will go off here. And I put it right here. I put it right here. At my eyes, my mouth, on my lip. I think there's something in my lip. Right here. There's something puffed up right there. I put it on my bottom of my spine, my knees, both my knees. There's something in my knees. There were different places I would put it. Even in that cut where I had surgery. It will go off there too. Go all the way to the end. I could walk through the house with it on my neck. And I would get that certain places that would just go off. That's the other house, not this house. I need to find me another one. If I can get by me another, because it stopped working. I had two, both of them stopped working. I guess because I was using them so much. Okay, I said I was going to go off, so let me go. Y'all be blessed today.